A little bit of cold Corona, people. Engine break-in. Can't get no better than that, right? Alright, people, here we go. Now, my hair, my back sunroom, I got the windows open. I usually run the exhaust out with, with my tube. It's down here. But today I'm not, because I want to hear the new exhaust a little bit. Alright, so let me explain to you what I do. I don't get crazy with the break-ins. Alright, so what I do, my first thing is I heat her up. Okay, get her up 210, 215, 220 at the most. Alright, get her like that. Okay, start her up. Boom. Then I put the head warmer on her, but I don't turn the head warmer on. The head warmer keeps the heat in for me, and while it's running and rolling, the temperature will begin to come down, but it'll come down very slowly with the head warmer on there. So as the temperature reaches about almost 200, about let's say 204, I turn the head warmer on to bring the temps back up again. If I need to help it, I'll add some heat gun to it. Boom, and that's it. I'll do that for the first tank, straight idle. Really rich, really rich, and just sit there and idle. Just let it burn through that tank. After that, shut her down, let it cool down, room temperature. Put your piston at bottom dead center. That's very important. Then I do the same thing again. I do that for like maybe 3 tanks. Alright, that same deal. The 4th tank, I start giving a little bit of RPMs with the throttle. Not much, just a little bump, 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 bump. Little bumps, not much, just a little bump here and there. But I make sure she's running really rich, but that she stays on. Okay, I do that for about 2 more tanks right there. Then from there, I put her on the street, do some figure S's, and I put the sock on her. This on her. Put this sock on. It's my break-in sock. So once I put it on the street, I put this sock on her. Now let me tell you something, people. This is very, very important. If you put this sock on her, right? Put this sock on. You take it out and you do some figure 8s on the street. You have to temp the motor consistently. I'm not consistently, frequently. Because what happens is this keeps the heat in. So it's going to build up the heat to 200 where you want it at. But it's going to keep on going if you don't take this off and keep monitoring. So I'll do like a figure 8, bring her in, temp it. Good. Figure 8, temp it. Figure 8, temp it. Oh, she's getting a little too hot, maybe 230. I take this off, figure 8, temper. And then I notice the temperatures become down again. And as they begin to drop, when they get to about 205, I put the sock back on her. Figure 8 again, temper. And I keep doing that over and over and over and over and over. Alright? And as I'm doing these figure 8s, these tanks I'm going through, I'm giving it more RPMs. Eventually, I'm done with this. This is only maybe 2 tanks on the street. And then I'm done with this. After that, I'm giving it so much RPMs that the temperature is going to stay up. I'm fine with that. Alright, so I get to about maybe 10 tanks, 10, 11, maybe 12, something like that. And then I take it to the track. I still have her running a little rich, but I start to tune her. And for the next 2 tanks after that at the track, and then from there I put a race tune on her. And that's it, people. Alright, so I'm going to start this thing up. It's going to be hard for me to hold this camera. I'll tell you what, I'll start up, then I'll come back, because I can't hold the camera and start up. No, maybe I can. Let's see here. Hold on, let's see. Let me preheat it real quick. Now I usually turn my radio on and that on, because I don't want this. Let me show you. Because sometimes your throttle linkage might be out of whack. It might be over some or whatever. And I don't want to start it up this is over, because once this is off, this thing will turn. I don't want to start up and no, so I turn that on just to make sure it's set at idle. That's it. Alright. Now, let's try and do this one-handed, people. I'm going to heat her up here a little bit. All on the sides and everything, people. You got to get that block. quick. I see that? She's at 210. Perfect. Put my sock on it. People trying to do this one hand, it's hard as hell. Alright. Alright, put my sock on her. Now, I'm not going to turn this on yet. Alright. My glow igniter. And she should be primed already. Alright. And let's go. There she is. Alright, I gotta turn the idle up a little bit, people. Alright. I gotta put this phone down. Let me get this thing together, I'll be right back. Rich. Very rich. You guys holding this temp. Keep the head warmer on there, holding this temp, not on. Alright people, I just ran through the third tank, 3 nice tanks too. Now let me explain something to you. When I do mines, right, I break mines in, I run them really, really rich, meaning the needles, I back them out to where as though they above flush, okay, for the high speed and the low speed. I make them above flush. It's running super rich. And the way you got to keep it running is you got to crank up the idle some. You got to crank the idle up to keep this thing running because it's so rich, especially in them first 3 tanks. And you can see, and this is, I done wiped this a few times, you know what I mean? This is why I use the hose. I put the hose on and running out the door. No way I ain't getting all this, but I wanted to hear the exhaust. But you can see there, hopefully it's focused, how rich it's running. And it's just spitting. And this is at idle. I ain't give it no RPMs or nothing yet. You see what I mean? Alright. So now, let me wipe this up real quick. Alright. Alright, so now, between each tank, okay, never let it run out of fuel. I'll get my tanks low. I don't know if y'all can see in there. I don't know, but I can't. Oh, maybe you can see it. I get them low, but I don't run it out of fuel, okay? And once it gets low, I stop the motor from the flywheel underneath the bottom. And you can use anything. You can use the back of your screwdriver to stop it, or this is a shock tool from TLR, from the TLR kit, the 4.0 kit. They gave this little shock tool. You can see I tore this thing up, stopping the flywheel. Just need something plastic to stop that flywheel, okay? Then between each tank, I stop it, put the piston at bottom dead center. That's why you got to mark your flywheel to bottom dead center. So when the engine stops, you put that mark where you set it, you know that's bottom dead center. Let it cool down all the way down to room temperature. All right, just cool down where you can touch it. All right, boom. Once it's cooled down, everything good, put a bit more fuel in it. Then I'll heat it up again with the heat gun. Heat to get it up to about 210. I put the heat warmer back on, but I don't turn it on. Start the motor, and then now I'm going to start giving her RPMs, little bumps. Boom, 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 boom. Not full throttle, just not even quarter throttle, just bumps. Now, because I run them so rich, if I go close to half throttle, she dying out because it's so rich. That way you know you really running rich. All right, so if now that's the first tank. I never get past quarter throttle with the bumps. Just brum 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 brum. That's it. Next tank, I'm giving it a little bit more. I'm getting closer to maybe half throttle, maybe, right? And now I gotta lean her out a little bit because it will keep dying because it's so rich. So I gotta just lean her out a little bit, lean her out, and then bring the idle down some more, or counterclockwise to bring the the engine idle down. All right, because you don't need so much idle because you less fuel, not much less, not race tune lean, but just lean where as though it's staying on when you get to almost half throttle. That's it. Okay, people? Alright, so let me let this cool down. I'll be back. We'll start up and let me show you the RPMs. Alright, people. Been letting her sit out here. As you can see, she's cold to the touch, baby. All the way around. See that? You can touch everywhere. She's room temperature all day. Alright? I filled her up with fuel. Also put the hose on her to run outside, so it's going to be a little quieter. And because, the reason why I did that, because once I start bumping this throttle, it's going to be mad oil shooting out of here because she rich. I mean, super duper rich. So I put that on that way I don't get it all over here. You know what I mean? Alright. So I'm a preheater, get it started. I can't do this with the camera. But all I'm doing, people, is preheating her up to about 210 with the heat gun starter. And I'm going to put the head warmer on there. Burping it with the RPMs. I'll be back and show you all that. Alright, people. You see she's running. Quiet though, right, with that hose on. Now, one thing you gotta remember too is when you do this, start this up again, you're using cold fuel, so you might have to adjust the idle again because it's so rich, and then that cold fuel hits it. Alright, so see how I burp it? See outside. You can see that smoke coming out of here. How rich she's running. Maybe I can't. A lot of smoke coming out of there. Alright? Like I said, I just burp a little bit, let her rock out, let her do her thing, let her run. Keep them temps up. Check the temps. Make sure your temps is above 200. So 220, 200. Good. Let her rock out. If you start getting cold because of so much cold fuel coming in, turn the head warmer on. Right? I'll be back. A little bit of cold Corona, people. Engine break-in. Can't get no better than that, right? Alright, people. I'm sitting here letting this cool down a little bit. This was a full bottle. So you can see how many tanks I ran through this thing. Now I'm getting ready to lean her out some more. Lean her out. That way I can get that throttle a little bit more. She's still going to be rich, but I need to lean her out so she'll stay running. Alright? Because right now she's rich. If I go even further on the throttle, she's going to die out. Because she's just flooding. Just straight flooding. Alright? So once she cools down a little bit more, she feel about right there. I'm gonna start up, lean her out, and give her even more RPMs, a little longer. Then that be it. The next thing, I'll take it to the track, do a couple of figure eights, like 2 tanks of that. Then I'm gonna start tuning her a little bit, and then after that, race tune, baby. All right. She sound good though. She sound like a monster. All right, people. I'll be back once I get her up and running. Here's to you. Start up. Feel a little rich. See all that smoke? Rich. I can see the oil shooting through this line here. How rich she is. Super rich, people. Super rich. So hot. Alright, people. I'll be back. Alright, people. Just got finished. Ran through a whole quart. She ready. I just need to take her to the track, do a couple figure eights, get some power on the wheels, and I'm gonna start tuning her. You know what I mean? With a conservative tune. And then see how she do, then put a race tune on her. She's good. She's good. She sound good. People, I'm telling you, listen, I gotta put a disclaimer out. I'm no expert. I just do what I've been doing for years. All my motors are broken the same way. And I've never had a problem. All of the motors you see, I can fire any one of them up right now and they run. No problems. I got gallons to my effects, gallons. And people, it's not that deep. I don't use no special juice in it, nothing. I'm breaking my motors when I'm running. That's all I've been doing. Shout out to my man Enzo. He gave me some Byron, some 30% Nitro, 8% oil, the world's blend. He says it's good, try it out. And I'm going to try it. Of course, you don't use that for bashing or breaking in, okay? But I'm going to try it. Once I get this settled, I'll try that fuel. But I just use the regular old Byrons. That's all I do, people. Long as you keep your temperatures up, okay? 200 and above, 210, 220. Sometimes you might peak at 250. It happens, you know. It ain't the end of the world. Just stop, let it cool down. Like, stop adding heat, let it cool down. Take your head warm off, let it come down. If you're running stupid rich, it's going to cool. The fuel is going to cool it down quicker once you take the head warm off, and you know while it's still running, you know, boom. All right. Then, you know, once you get a couple tanks in, give her some RPMs. Don't be scared to give her RPMs. Give her some RPMs, but make sure the key to this is running stupid rich and keeping your temperatures up. That's it. Now, I'm going to show you something. I'm going to take this hose off. Just the hose that my exhaust goes into. Let me show you something. What I mean by stupid rich. You can already see the oil on the ground, right? Now, watch when I do this. Hold up. Let me see if I can zoom y'all in here. Watch when I pick this hose up. Hold up, shit. See all the oil that's flowing out of there? Stupid rich. It's hard to do this with one hand, but... Oops, sorry. Y'all get the picture. Stupid rich. See all that oil flowing out of there? You want it stupid rich, people. You want it very, very rich. Alright? Alright, people. So this your man Rajay 111. I'm gonna take this thing out, scope. I supposed to race Saturday at Trains and Lanes, but I ain't gonna be able to get this together by then. I'm busy. I got a lot of stuff going on. Trying to get my cars together. This week is just extremely busy for me, but you know, I'm gonna make it do. So I'm probably next to race Saturday, go out scope Sunday, and get y'all a running video of this thing. All right, people. It's your man Rajay 111. Peace.